So today I'm going on a lunch date with a white man. First time ever going on a lunch date. First time ever going on a date period with a white man. I feel like I'm climbing up the ladder here. Yeah, I don't care who get offended. I am sick of dating black men. I am so sick and tired of it. I need an emotionally intelligent man. Not saying they're not in the black community, but none of them is coming my way. So I'm kind of excited, kind of nervous because I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I hope it goes well. But yeah, so let me just do my facial thingy. Why did I put the toner on before the glycolic acid? Can I redo it? Anyways, yeah, so I have not had any form of luck whatever with black men. So I'm just going to try a different route. There's nothing wrong with trying a different route, correct? A chance just to see, and then I can compare and I can critique and I can do this, that, and third. But I feel like it's only fair for me to just explore all my options. I mean, we randomly connect because I was going to fix my nails the other day and he saw me. First of all, I was trying to park. I park better when I back in, when I reverse, than when I actually drive forward. I have a difficult time just driving into a parking spot front way. I backed up. No. I had to reverse and then pull back in again, so I get it correct the second time. Anyways, as soon as I got out the car, he's like, second time's a charm, huh? I didn't even know he was, looking at what I was doing because he had like a felt hat on and he was in his computer doing his thing and whatever. So I didn't even know he was paying attention to what I was doing. Yeah. And then as soon as I got out the car, he's like, second time's a charm, huh? Oh my God, my face is so dirty. I don't even. And then I was like, yeah. And then we laughed together. And then he's like, oh, so I proceeded on my way because he's like, second time's a charm. I Googled with him, he Googled with me. I'm like, yeah, actually, when I'm reversing, I actually do it better than when I'm driving forward. And he's like, oh, really? Yeah. So then I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And he's like, nice to meet you too. So then I proceeded to go to the nail salon. And he's like, oh, so you're going to get your nails done, huh? And I'm like, I'm going to get them fixed because they were already done. But I didn't like the shape of this one. So my fingers are kind of weird. I'm not giving you the middle finger, guys. These two fingers are kind of weird, dripping off. So I showed him and he's like, it looks perfect to me. And I'm like, oh, you won't even understand. And he's like, yeah, I won't even understand because females, you were there just cackling, da. And then I'm like, okay, so I guess I see you when I come back because it was so weird to me for how the conversation just, randomly started because I've never been approached by a white man before. White men have said hello to me before or whatever, but it was never like a deep conversation or whatever, so I was like, I just wanted to go. So after I came back out the nail salon because they said that I needed to fix everything and I had to come back. It was already after 6 and whatever. So I came back out the nail salon real fast. I guess God allowed it to happen, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, he's like, you're done already? And I'm like, oh no, they're not able to fix it right now because it's a little bit too late, and they will need extra time to fix all of them and whatever. He's like, okay. So he's like, okay, so whatever. I don't even remember what he asked me. And then it went into me actually taking a seat with this man. So I took a seat with him and the conversation just went crazy. I sat there for like an hour and a half and we talked about life. We talked about my future. We talked about his future. We talked about marriage. We talked about relationship. We talked about where we live. He lives like probably 13-15 minutes away from me because we live in the same area. We talked about mentorship. He was telling me about his mentors. We talked about what I did for a living. We talked about his family. He talked about support. We talked about everything in that moment. I enjoyed the conversation because it has been a while since I've had this conversation with a black man. I'm not even telling you. All they want to do is vibe check. I even have another story to tell you about that because I went on I guess he calls a vibe check date. I have to tell you guys about that. I think I should start a dating series. Anyways, he proceeded, after the conversation ended and whatever, I'm like, I'm just gonna get something to eat because I will talk, but I don't know. I guess when I'm hungry, I don't want to talk. I don't know. Anyways, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go home and prepare something to eat because it has been almost 2 hours since we sat there talking. And then he's like, oh, so you know what? I want to keep in contact. Let me keep in touch. I want to keep in touch. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then he asked me for my number. I gave him my number. And then, you know, we exchanged numbers and he saved my number, da, 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 da. He was so funny. I laughed. I enjoyed every minute of the conversation. So he texted me when I got home and he was like, it was lovely meeting you. I enjoyed our conversation. And I'm like, likewise. So the next day I got a call from him and he was like, hey, how are you? So I spoke with my mentor and I was telling them about you and, you know, what you do. And I told them that I would love for them to also get to know you and offer you mentorship and whatever. Would you like that? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds so good. I've never, ever, ever, ever had conversations like those with a black man. He has never won. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. So then he's like, so can we do lunch one of these days? I'm free on Saturdays and Tuesdays. I'm self-employed. No, I said to him, I'm self-employed, so you can just let me know whatever day works for you and I could just, you know, work around my schedule or whatever. He's like, sounds perfect. So he said this Saturday, which is today, it's after 11, we're supposed to go to lunch date. I'm supposed to meet him at 1 o'clock at the same location where we went. It's just a little lunch date, you know, to talk about mentorship because his mentors asked him. So he want to get to know me more so that he can answer these questions when they ask him about me. Anyway, so I'm going to meet him at 1 o'clock and I'm pretty nervous, excited, and yeah, because that means I'm climbing up the ladder. I'm moving up the rich ladder. It means I'm moving out of a certain category of men because, baby, the type of men that I used to talk to, for me to be now talking to a business owner, partner to a law firm, white man, that's a step for me up the ladder because the man spoke about his wife never have to work a day in her life. That's how he says he's setting his future so his wife don't have to work a day in her life. Like, God, I need help. I need to relax. I need to not work. I mean, I did tell him that, you know, I like to make my own money because that's how I've been doing it for years. So I don't know any other way. But if a man wants to pick me up and put me as a stay-at-home wife, I would also want him to give me a little business on the side so I can keep myself occupied because I don't know how to depend on people. So I'm excited and I'm going to show you guys what I'll be wearing and I'll tell you guys about it after I come back. Wish me luck.